Welcome, everybody, to episode number 31 of the Third Son Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, joined as always by our three co-hosts, starting with Mike. Mike, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing awesome today, man. A little too sober, but, I'm hanging in there.
All right, well, that's never...
I'm sorry.
Grandma Lamb.
Graham, how are you?
Grandma's doing good. He's I was gonna say getting ready, but I haven't gotten ready. But I'm going to be going on a trip tomorrow, going on a cruise. I'm pretty stoked for it, so I'm doing good. Weather's
Maybe
nice here.
you can get a little bit sun-kissed because you're very white.
Yeah.
You're very Canadian.
You're not gonna... And are you gonna talk about yourself in the third person the entire show?
I might.
Okay.
Are you going to call everybody buddy while you're there?
And we like.
Hey, buddy.
Did you get your
Hey,
sunblock?
buddy. Hey,
I would say the alien in Mass Effect, but you guys don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Did you get your sunblock?
No.
You better get your sunblock.
See, this is what being a Canadian. I don't think sunblock.
Yeah.
You better think sunblock. You're gonna need it.
Yep.
We will. And also joining us is Eugene. How are you today?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All right.
That was gay as hell.
I'm
Good.
sorry. Let's just roll that back and start over. No, we're not.
No. All right.
No.
All right. So...
See, I'm drinking about half a glass of vodka, so...
Hey.
Hey.
All right, so you can join in the conversation by joining our Facebook group. Look up Third Son Gaming Podcast on Facebook. Join that group, take part in the discussion there. We usually have a pretty good discussion going week by week. Also, throw your questions at us there that we can talk about in the show, like we'll do at the end of this one. You can follow us on Twitter at Third Son Gaming, ThirdSun Gaming, all one word. And you can join our Xbox group, which Eugene has finally figured out how to join. It is the...
Woo!
It's
Congratulations.
It's under Third Son Gaming, all one word there as well. And join that group if you're an Xbox player and take part in the conversation there. Also, we've got a few new people to join this week, which is pretty awesome. So,
Yeah.
Seeing a little more contribution there, which is pretty cool. So,
Very excited about it.
with that, let's head into the news this week. Not much to talk about as we're still kind of in the dead zone post-holiday. But start off with something that'll have Graham very excited at the very least. Mass Effect Andromeda finally has a release date.
Woo!
It is March 17th, 2017 in North America, just a few days later across the pond. Graham, I'm sure you ordered like the $2,000 super maxed out edition of this game.
It comes with a suit, Commander Shepard suit.
Yeah.
It actually fits your body. They custom tailor it for you. Costs
Right.
$5,000.
Just call me Commander Hale now next time you refer to me. No, I'm totally excited. I didn't quite spend that much, but I have pre-ordered the game, and I'm hoping that it shows up at my door on release day. If not, it's going to suck, because then I'm going to contemplate going out to EB Games and getting the version. But I don't know. I'm hoping it does show up in a timely fashion. I've ordered a few things now, and I've gotten like 3-4 weeks after it's been released, which is a complete bummer. But I'm totally stoked for it. I can't wait to get into the story. I'm the whole lore of it and all that stuff. I've been following it. I've been signed up on their initiative or whatever was on their website. So I'm stoked for it. So bring it on.
Awesome. So, Graham, before we move on, I know Graham ordered the most expensive edition of the game, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, that game comes out in the middle of March. Now, we've talked in the past about how Graham had committed to buying a PlayStation 4 before the release of MLB The Show on March 28th.
Uh-oh.
And now, we're just going to get this out here on the podcast that Graham committed last night to still doing that. And we have a witness in listener Stephen Wiseman, who was playing NHL with us at the time. Comments, Graham?
Oh, no, we're good. We're good.
Okay, sounds good. So Graham's committed to that. So we're all looking forward to seeing Graham's PlayStation handle or PSN name come the end of March. So.
Yes.
And enjoying some good MLB streams as well. So, all right. Anything else on Mass Effect Andromeda, guys, before we move on?
So, do you guys think that that's going to be the release date? I mean, that's pretty early.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's 2 months. I think so too. BioWare's pretty dedicated to their release date. So
I do. In Mass Effect 3 was a spring release, if I remember correctly. It was in March. It was March or April. So, this series generally does this time of year. I think it's a great time to get a big title like that out because you have the spotlight to yourself. And I just think it's a great time to do it. So hopefully, the only thing that's going against it is the release of the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nah, I don't think it'll affect it at all. No one's.
I think it's for different types of players.
So you bought the $200 Rover. So that doesn't come with the actual game. Just so our listeners know, it just comes with the Rover and a
That's
steelbook.
fucking ridiculous.
Wait,
You still have to buy the game separate.
Is that true?
In the U.S., the Rover only comes with the collector's edition Rover. Only comes with the steelbook. The game is still separate.
Oh my god!
They did that
Yeah.
with fucking Battlefield. Damn.
Yeah. So you get that cool RC Rover. Is it different in Canada?
You know,
You might
You
want to
might
double
want to
check
check it.
this.
You might want to double check.
I know it was
She
a
would've
while
been
ago I
pissed.
ordered it because I was contemplating whether I get it on the PS4 just to take advantage of it. Then so basically the PS4 I used to use for exclusives. So I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe because they're boasting about our graphics are way better. So now I was thinking Mass Effect could be a good game for that, right? For
Mhm.
like the space and stuff.
So
So
did you pre-order it for PS4?
well, if I got the collector's edition,
Okay.
it doesn't come with the game, right?
Yeah.
So I think that
But-
was when I ordered it. I was thinking like maybe I'll get it for the PS4 and put it into the steel case. Like
Yeah, it's kind
what-
of misleading. Like, I mean, if you look on Amazon, it says Mass Effect Andromeda Collector's Edition Remote Control Nomad ND1, and it's like it comes with the steelbook, which is just a steelbook. It doesn't come with the game. It says clearly no game included, so you have to buy the game separate still.
So basically, what they're doing is they're charging you $200 for a $20 toy because you can go out and buy it like a real RC car, like a grasshopper.
It's a nice Rover though. It's not
But
gas powered or anything.
it's got a
like
camera and
It
everything
doesn't have to
in
be
it
gas
too.
powered. I mean, it can be battery powered. But I remember
got-
like back in the day having like a grasshopper and stuff like that, and it was like $150 for it, and you got the 2 charger batteries and all that stuff, and that was the shit. But I can't imagine them actually selling one of those for $200. It's probably a $20 toy.
Probably.
Right. I mean, it's for
Rem-
fans of the series and collectors for sure. And I mean, you pay a premium for that stuff if you're a collector. So, but yeah, you might want to look into that and just make sure, Graham, and close circuit to EA. I mean, come on. This is the second game you've done this with, and for all the good things you've done in the past few years to kind of get away from that like worst company in the world stereotype that you had.
Don't get sleazy.
Yeah, don't go down the road with this stuff. And I get that it's up to players to buy it. Players have the right to not buy and buy whatever version they want. But I think it can be misleading, and there are some people out there that are going to buy it thinking the game's with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
I just got the $70 deluxe edition that comes with
Yeah.
a little bit of DLC
Okay.
and stuff. That's all I got.
Cool. All right, so let's move on. Next up, Injustice 2 also has a release date coming out May 16th, 2017, which I think is a great time for a game like that. Right in that lull between your early spring, late winter, early spring releases, and then you're kind of heading in that dead zone in May, June, July. So a great time for a game like that. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I got some thoughts on it. Just like Injustice 1, it's built on the Mortal Kombat engine. The problem is the game multiplayer dies out real fast. And the story mode in Injustice 1 was not great at all. It really wasn't. So this is kind of like if you want something past the time, but not going to get too serious into the whole fighting thing with it, that's cool. Because in a few months the multiplayer will be dead. If you really want to get into something, stick with the big boys like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, and Street Fighter 5.
And that's why I'm saying this is the perfect time for this game.
Yeah.
Because by the time it dies out in August, September, the big hitters of the season will be coming out.
Yeah.
And you'll be moving on to something else to play. So,
Yeah.
that's why I said it's a great time for it. And some players just like to play as those characters.
Hey, why did you say it was a good time for it? And did you say it was a good time for it?
What?
He said it's a great
I
time.
said it
for
is.
I know. I heard that like 5 times. That's why I was just making sure I heard it the first 7 times.
Are you
I
done?
enjoyed the first Injustice game. Good. It's made by
Really?
NetherRealm, right? Yeah, I did.
You enjoyed
you know-
the single player?
I did. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean it was kind of cheesy, and I didn't pay for it. I got it for free. I think it was a free PS Plus game, like a few months after it came out. So I played it for free. So maybe that had something to do with it. But I enjoyed it because
It's just repetitive as hell.
yeah, it is very repetitive. I'll admit that, and like some of the characters seem a little bit OP. Like Batman to me felt a little bit overpowered, like he could take down anybody. But I really enjoyed it because it's made by the same developer as Mortal Kombat, right? NetherRealm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
So
engine.
I enjoy that engine. I really like their engine. I like the combat style. They still had that It wasn't X-ray like in Mortal Kombat, but it kind of had the slowdowns that you could do and like
Yeah.
the special attacks per level and things like that. So I enjoyed it.
I found that Wonder Woman and Aquaman were just you know brutally beat face die, and it's all over in 5 seconds.
Hmm.
They were definitely top tier.
Yeah,
Sure.
I agree with the Wonder Woman. I remember that. Yeah.
All right. So up third, Uncharted 4, big release last year. A lot of people thought it should have been Game of the Year. Sold a staggering 8.7 million copies in 2016, and the reason that number is so impressive because it was a console exclusive to the PlayStation 4, and that's the only thing you could play it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are pretty high numbers for Uncharted. That is surprising. And I do know that they included the digital sales that came with the console. So all the
Yeah.
consoles that the bundles. I'm sure Black Friday had a lot to do with those numbers, but I mean,
Mhm.
probably those numbers accounted for maybe a million of that. But 8.7 million. That's fantastic. I don't know what their
Yeah.
projections were, but I'm sure that exceeded them.
Yeah, and
definitely hats off.
we can get into the dismissing it reasons like the bundle thing is legit, and we can say that PlayStation doesn't have that many exclusives, so everybody's dying for a great one, and this one came out, and everybody bought it. But the reality is, it's an impressive number,
It is
and
impressive.
they
Yes,
deserve
and
credit for it.
obviously-
And
No,
I mean,
sorry.
yeah,
And obviously, it's a series that everybody likes, so all the more power to them.
Yep.
Good for the company.
Halo 5 sold 5 to 6 million, so to do 8.7 is pretty good.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
So, all right. Speaking of games of the year, IGN has announced theirs. And sticking with what the Game Awards came up with, they went with Overwatch as their game.
Boo.
To want to point out that the fans' choice for that award was Uncharted 4.
That's not what I heard. I heard it was Pull Nation FX.
Okay.
You don't know
Solid
that joke,
edition.
do you?
The no, but the best PS4 game went to Dishonored 2. Which
I've heard a
great
lot of
things.
great, yeah,
I've
oh
seen
yeah, a lot of great things about that game. I've been wanting to pick it up actually, but have you guys played it at all?
I haven't,
I have not. No.
and I
thought
liked the first one.
Oh yeah, the first one's fantastic. So
Yeah.
I thought about it a couple of weeks ago, picking it up with the, it comes with the first Dishonored,
Yeah.
HD remastered. So I definitely thought about picking that up. But I can see why they picked Overwatch because they're thinking about the community as a whole. I have my own personal game of the year, which really for me probably was Uncharted. But just thinking about the audience and who's playing what right now, everyone's still playing Overwatch. Like I
Oh,
look
yeah.
at my friend, I look at my friends list right now, and Battlefield just came out, and Titanfall just came out, Gears came out not too long before, and everyone's playing Overwatch still. It's still a fantastic multiplayer game, and for a multiplayer only game to win Game of the Year is pretty impressive. But I can understand why they picked Overwatch. It's based on the community, and the community is
Yeah.
playing Overwatch, and they're loving that game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And the group of people I work with, like there's a group of 3 or 4 of them that they go home and play Overwatch together every single night, and they come in and show me their game clips and all that stuff of the stupid stuff they do, and they love it. So I think they're representative of the gaming community as a whole. And congrats to the game. I mean, it's a very good game. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. Just because I'd pick something else over it personally doesn't mean I don't think it's great. It is a very, very good game. I would personally pick Battlefield 1 or Titanfall 2, but that's me, but that doesn't take away from how good Overwatch is.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is very-
I don't play it every day, but like every couple of weeks, I'll get that itch. Like, hey, I'm kind of bored. When am I going to play? I'll play Overwatch for a couple hours.
Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of game it is for me. But it's still, you can pick it up anytime you want to, and still have a great time with it.
The other thing too is it's the type of game that's a welcoming game to all kinds of players. You don't have to be like super awesome at first-person shooters to contribute and do things in the game. So there are lots of different ways to play, lots of different characters with different skill sets and different things you can do. So it's appealing to a wide range of people, and I think that also plays into why it's so popular. And congrats to the game. Getting Game Awards and IGN is a pretty big deal. So
who won Xbox?
The
Xbox.
best Xbox game went to Inside, which I thought was a fantastic game. Whether it's the best Xbox One game of the year, I don't know.
I think
for like the size of it and stuff too, right? You would kind of place it in a different category
Mhm.
because it doesn't really have the replayability and all that stuff because once you're through it, it's a great experience. But for it to warrant like the best game of the year, like I don't know. I
I
don't know
mean,
if it
IGN gave
would.
it a 10 out of 10.
Yes, they did.
Personally, I would have went with Forza Horizon 3 as far as Xbox games go.
Yeah, and again, I thought Inside was freaking fantastic. It was really good, but in terms of that platformer kind of game, I actually liked Unravel more.
I was just about to say that.
So, and Unravel's a game that I will defend to the end of time. I think Unravel's an outstanding video game.
And I
So-
think that has better replayability too.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
do.
I said, when I was watching my nephew and niece play it, I was like, man, I just feel like getting in there and just like going through it again.
Was Inside an Xbox exclusive?
It was a timed one. It came
Okay,
out
it
on
was a timed
PlayStation.
exclusive.
Came out right after E3 on Xbox, and it came out on PlayStation in late August. So
I think it's a strange choice as well because that game does have a following. It was made by the same developer as Limbo,
Limbo, yeah.
which I have not played Inside yet. I probably will pick it up after hearing this announcement. But I loved Limbo and it's fantastic. But it's an indie game, so I'm assuming that Inside feels like an indie game.
It does.
It is an
And,
indie
it
game,
does.
isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know
Yeah.
how well sold or anything, but I mean, I don't hear people talking about it. I mean, I hear IGN talking about it. I see reviews on it. What a fantastic game it is, but it's not. I don't see why they would pick this, like even over Gears of War. Like Gears of War wasn't a perfect game, but community-wise, a lot more people enjoyed the online horde mode, online multiplayer, enjoyed the single player. So how would it get picked over something like that?
So
Yeah, like something offers more
Or even
modes,
over
more
like
aspects,
Battlefield,
for
even over
sure.
like Battlefield or Titanfall.
Yeah.
I think when you play Inside, Eugene, you'll really like it. But I don't think you'll play it a second time unless you're just dead set on going back and getting achievements.
Probably.
But I don't think you'd play it a second time for the story. The story's great, but it's not worth seeing again because once you've seen it, you've seen it. And
I'm gonna get it this upcoming week, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you guys what I think about
yeah.
it.
Personally, I think Xbox had two exclusives this year that just really brought it in multiple ways, and that was Forza Horizon 3 and Gears of War 4. So I would have given it to one of those two. I would have been okay with either one. I mean, Forza is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. It just is. And Gears is really good. I mean, it's not, like you said, it's not perfect, but it's really good. So
Mhm.
that's probably the route I would have gone. But Inside's great. So good for them, and congrats to that studio. I can't remember the name of it right now, but Limbo and Inside back to back, two great games, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
all right, last up, there's something I found interesting. Looking at all the CES news going on this week. LG has announced a new TV, a new OLED TV, which means get out your wallets.
Yeah.
Is the wallpaper series, and it is no thicker front to back than an iPhone 7.
Yeah.
This thing
That's
is
crazy.
incredibly thin, and it is meant to be wall mounted. You cannot buy this thing and put a stand on it. It just won't work. And it has to be wall mounted, and if you want it is 25% brighter than previous models of LG televisions. So you get better color. If you want it, the 65-inch version is now available for pre-order for the low price of $8,000.
Oh, that's it, eh?
That's
Yeah.
it.
But it's coming out in March or April, and to be fair, there's a lot of televisions out there that in that like 75-inch range or whatever that are literally like 15,000.
Mhm.
So in the grand scheme of things, it's obviously it's high price, but it's not like out of this world. For people that are really big into tech and want that stuff. So, anybody on the show, anybody listening that is planning on getting it, let us know because we'll want to stop by.
Graham, you're rich. Are you gonna buy it?
No, I'm not gonna buy it.
No, Graham's got to buy 2 consoles in March plus like an $800 edition of Mass Effect that doesn't even come with the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
I heard, Graham, that there's going to be a collector's edition of Zelda that actually comes with a horse that you can get. It comes with a horse and a crossbow.
Mhm.
It's $10,000.
I'm not a big fan of horses though, so I'm gonna have the pass.
Okay.
Horse's ass.
Just want to put it in your ear.
I'll put it in the ear.
Eh.
Oh, God. All right. So that, everybody, does it for the news this week. Let's turn over to Graham to see what is new in stores this week. Graham, is there anything new to buy?
Yes, there definitely is. We're still in a quiet time as far as major releases go, but there are lots of new releases. January 9th, you can get Tomb Joe, Word Killer Revolution, Flower Design, Lady Killer in a Bind, and V-Rogue Unapologetic Hardcore VR Edition.
Okay.
Now, these are only PC releases, but starting January the 10th, new releases begin coming for all major consoles as well as PC, but excluding the Nintendo Wii U, but I did say major. January 10th, you can get Hatsune Miku, Project Diva Future Tone, Colorful Tone. That's a big.
I've been waiting for that.
I hate
And-
that.
I knew you would love that.
And
Hey,
along
I
with that
actually
one,
listen. I like Hatsune Miku games. Just
you can get
Hey.
Hatsune Miku, Project Diva, Future Tone, Future Sound. And both these releases are PS4 exclusives. If you guys want to know what that is, I have to ask Eugene because I have no idea.
oh, I have no idea either.
Okay, well there you have it. We have
We
no
all
idea.
have no
They
idea.
release a Hatsune Miku game like every 2 months.
Okay. So, like I said, these are both PS4 exclusives. PC releases for January 10th are as follows. We have Paco, Car Chase Simulator, Minions, Monster and Madness, Beats Fever, Drunk or Dead.
Mm.
All right. Sounds like my life.
Mike's
Those two
documentary
options,
game.
Yeah.
Mike's walking simulator.
Could be a trivia game. I'm going to say something. You can tell me if it's drunk or dead. And the other game is Bequest. Now, January 11th, we get our first release of the year for Xbox. Yay! And that release is Acorn Assault Rodent Revolution. Sounds interesting. And
Yeah, it does.
releasing on that day for PC gamers, we have Criminal Girls, Invite Only, Cold Vengeance, Assault on the Necrospire, Super Death Arena, Blackwater Bayou VR, The Legends of Olia. And again, January 12th is all about PC releases. We have Detention, which you guys are probably familiar with. Introvert Quest.
Oh,
Burn.
It's like-
That's my life story right
Hold
That's
a
like-
burn warn ahead of time.
That's like a Canadian burn.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Canadian Burn.
I
Frostbite.
didn't even catch it. Just go on.
Yeah, I keep going.
Fucking asshole.
Moving along, we have Vindictive Drive, Galadrius Blades. And to finish off the week, on the 13th, we have Silvio for PS4. That's it for PS4. And for Xbox One, we have Pit People, Rise and Shine, Silvio, Dead Effect 2, Friday Night Bullet Arena. And finally for PC, you can get Rise and Shine, Bear Slayer, Rage Against the Zombies, which sounds like a cover band.
Rage
Never Forget Me, Alien Shooter TD, Not Dying Today, because I'm still alive, Arena Hero, and Pain Train. One of my nicknames through high school.
okay. Yeah.
What kind
not-
of
I
trains
don't,
were you
I don't
in?
even know where to go.
What kind
with
of
that.
painful trains were you part of?
Yeah. We don't want to go into that.
Surprise anal.
That's what Mike was hoping for. Anyways,
Moving
that
forward.
is it for new releases.
He just doesn't
Take it
want to
away,
talk,
Tyler.
He just doesn't want to talk about which end of the train he was on.
Exactly.
But anyway, you're still not going to talk about Don Bradman Cricket 2017.
No, sir.
Okay.
yeah,
So anyway,
Maybe next.
sounds like a lot of exciting stuff.
right.
Yeah, there's a lot, but I
So-
would say nothing spectacular.
Yeah. Let's get into deals. Mike, what you got?
Well, all right. We're going to go over what's free this month for both platforms real quick here. We got the Van Helsing Tower Defense game that is now available from now to the end of January. Starting on the 16th, we have Killer Instinct, which I highly recommend you download because you can get all the characters.
Season 2, right? I think-
Yeah, from Season 2.
Yep.
Thank you, jackass.
I was honestly wondering.
Yeah,
So
it is.
when is that up? Because I checked today and I didn't see it.
January 16th or February 15th.
Okay. Gotcha.
And they actually, back I don't know how many months ago, but they had the Season 1. If you grab that, then that means you're going to have double the amount of characters and arenas and everything like that. The cave is available for 8 more days. It's actually a really good game, so you might as well download that for the 360. And coming on January 16th is Rayman Oranges. I did it again.
You did.
Oh, shit. Rayman Origins is from January 16th to the 31st, so make sure you get on top of that. All right. Now, with that being said, we're going to go to the PS plus free games for this January. You got Day of the Tentacle Remastered, which I highly recommend you get because it's a great game. One of those old school ones that you can't pass up on. This War of Mine and the little ones, PS4. Blaze Rush, PS3. The Swindle, PS3. It's also cross-buy on PS4 and PS Vita. Akins 2, PS Vita, and Titan Souls, PS Vita, cross-buy on PS4 as well. So we're going to skip back to this week's deals with gold. The big ones are Momentum, Dead Island, and Dungeons & Dragons Sword Coast Legends. I haven't had a chance to play that, but it is Spotlight for 50% off right now. It could be good, it could be bad, but I went to look for it on the list on the Xbox, and it's not there, so it must be under the sales that are there till January 9th.
Okay.
With that being said, there is not a lot of other things that are worth talking about. The Telltale Collection, Xbox One, is 67% off. I'm figuring that's got everything in it.
Wow, that'd be a
Does it
big
include
collection.
Batman?
It does not include Batman. I checked.
Well, so much for it being the collection then.
Yeah.
It's like Walking Dead 1 and 2, Wolf
Game of
Among
Thrones.
Us, Game of Thrones. I think that might be it. There might be one more in there.
I can't think of it right now. There's one more in there, I think.
Okay.
But with that being said, I'm not going to go over all the deals that are available until the 9th for the Christmas countdown sale or whatever you want to call it. Because honestly, folks, it's gotten to the point now where you can go to Amazon, you can go to G2A, you can go to CD Keys, and they all have digital releases that are much cheaper than the Xbox store at this point. So if you're really looking for bang for your buck, go to Reddit Xbox deals or Reddit PS4 deals, and people update them constantly every day. Well, what's available? They use a store parser, and that's the way to go. You know, sometimes there are really good deals. Like last week, unfortunately, I forgot to get Tropico for $25. It's 26 and a half at GameStop right now for the physical. But I mean, for 25 for digital, don't have to worry about popping the CD in and out. That's pretty good. Every once in a while, they come out with a gem, but otherwise, you know, it's not that the deals this Christmas are really not worth talking about. Although there was Elite Dangerous and Horizons and all that available for half off on New Year's Eve, but I was too busy doing other things on New Year's Eve.
Did you hear about the news with Elite Dangerous this last week?
Yes, I did. They ran into the alien race. That's
Somebody for the first time ran into an alien in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. And so that's got all kinds of hype going on. I'm telling you, people who are looking forward to No Man's Sky and got their
Screwed over.
Yeah, and all these other space games, definitely download Elite Dangerous and get Horizons with it. It is totally worth it. It really, really, really is. So then we're going to skip over to what's available on the PlayStation Store on sale this week. We got two in the chamber. Anybody want to guess what these two are?
Grand Theft Auto.
GTA.
Why do you guys always guess wrong?
Rocket
Try
League?
again.
Rocket
Come on.
League?
What?
Rocket League?
No.
The Division.
PS4. On there all the time.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. What is
Yeah.
it?
No Man's Sky is 34%
yeah.
off. Woo! And joining No Man's Sky in the usual is Flustercluck, which is also 50% off.
Alright.
As usual.
Okay.
So, I get no reaction out of that. Really? Really?
How was that?
All right. So yeah, Smite is 50% off for the God Pack bundle, which gives you every God there is. It's $14.99. There's a free play this weekend on Xbox, so you can check that out too. I do not see a deal for Smite on the Xbox right now, but $14.99 for unlocking all the gods is a really good purchase for a company who really does pay attention to the game. In my opinion, it's probably the most fun MOBA out there. They got Cubert on sale.
Don't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
beyond that,
the controls are so bad in that game.
That's
you
exactly what
have
I
to
was about to say.
use the
The controls are horrible. It
yeah.
has to be an arcade stick.
Yeah, you got to use the crosshairs. I'm telling you. I mean, whatever you call it, whatever you guys like to call that. Um, so with that being said, we're gonna go to the great Xbox deals this week. Okay, you ready? All right. Right now, GameStop, both the PS4 and Xbox One, get a $50 bonus credit when trading it in for PS Pro or Xbox One S. So
Okay.
that's not terrible. Mafia Standard Edition in Canada right now is 19.99 loonies via Amazon.
Hey,
Um,
loonies.
Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evil Edition, is 19.99 at GameStop right now. That is a hell of a price for it. Pick it up because seasons are coming to console the same day that PC gets update 10.0 because they like to use the Mac update scheme. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is $18.79 via Amazon.
It's probably a really good buy.
Yeah, yeah. Xbox One S 500 gigabyte with Battlefield 1 is $249 on Amazon right now. Final Fantasy Day 1 edition is $35.99 by Newegg. I don't even know if I want to say this one, but Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition is $43.99 GCU via Best Buy.
That's a pretty good deal, I
That
guess.
is actually really good.
Here's another really good one. Via GCU Best Buy, $11.99 is Mortal Kombat X, and that is the game. As a game, if you haven't gotten into a fighter yet, that's definitely worth getting into.
X or XL?
It's only X.
Oh, I
But
mean,
you
you can
can
get XL for like $20, right?
right, right. But you can also get the add-on characters for like $5.99. So,
Hmm.
no, not. And here's another really good deal. Again, it's up. Dark Souls Physical 19.99 via Target. So
Oh.
if you haven't jumped on that yet and you want to give it a shot, it's definitely worth it. Guitar Hero Live is 19.99 via Toys R Us. Grand Theft Auto. This is the lowest I've seen this in a while. Grand Theft Auto 5 with 3.5 million shark cash is $29.99 via GameStop. Battlefield 1 is $39.99 physical at Target. I've seen it a lot lower than that. And Mad Max is $11.99 via Amazon right now. Digital.
Wow.
So, like I said, the Amazon and G2A. G2A can be trusted, and so can CD Keys. I've never had a problem using either one of them. Either had very many other people, and their customer service is worthwhile.
I get my Xbox Live from CD Keys every year, like $40.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Destiny Collection in Canada is $49.99 loonies. Doom used at Best Buy, $19.
Okay.
That's not terrible.
Good choice.
It's also at GameStop as well. PS Pro 369 from Ant Online with free shipping. It doesn't say that it comes with anything whatsoever. So DualShock 4 wireless controller for PlayStation 4 is $46.99 via Amazon right now. Titanfall is $27.99 GCU at Best Buy. GTA 5, just flat GTA 5, $29.99 at Amazon. Far Cry Primal in Canada is $24.96 loonies via Amazon. I'm trying to get some out of country things here. That's not a lot, man. All right, and the last one here is the PS4 Slim, 500 gigabyte Uncharted 4 bundle for $254.99 via Newegg. And that's gonna wrap it up for me, my friends. That's
All right.
what's the deals we got going on this week.
Awesome. Let's move into what we've been playing. Graham, let's start with you. Have you played anything while you've been
Himself.
traveling the country?
Yes, I have. I've played Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass on my 3DS. I
Great
forgot
game.
how great that game is. That game is
Oh, it's a
awesome.
fantastic game.
And like I love how it utilizes like the DS system. I'm not gonna ruin anything, but it's got some amazing features.
Yeah.
Also, I had my PC with me, or my laptop, so I was playing Civilization 6.
Nice.
Another fantastic game.
Absolutely.
Like there's so much to this version of like having districts and religion, and it's just awesome game. recommend to anybody who's looking for a good time killer. Whoever likes playing like uh, turn-based games. Get that
Strategy.
out. Strategy. Yep. I was also playing NHL 17.
So you
Finally
say.
came back to having a fast internet where I could play online.
Mhm.
It was good. It was good to be back and playing it. And also while I was away, I played Halo Master Chief Collection with my nephew,
I saw
which
that.
is great. I actually was doing the Xbox streaming where you stream to a Windows 10 PC
How
or
was that?
laptop. Like they ended up getting tablets last year for Christmas.
Mhm.
So we were playing it on there and like we are playing it on my laptop because like they were watching TV. It works so flawless, man. I was so surprised. Even with their router is not that good, but it was still working really well, and it was a great experience. So
So
I think it's a
Graham,
great feature.
that reminds me, when we get back into like the dead zone of games again, we gotta pick that up again.
Yes, I know. When
'Cause
I
we
was
got
playing, I'm like, this is what we're supposed to be doing.
yeah, I know, because we got pretty. How far did we get? We got like pretty far into Halo 1. Did we get to 2?
No, we didn't make it to 2.
Okay, so we got a ways to go. We got to get all the way through.
Yeah.
I'll play with you guys.
All right.
Invite me on.
Cool.
Yeah. I haven't even touched that. I haven't even touched it.
It's fun. It's fun to go back and play them through. And
Yeah,
then switch.
Are you
switch
playing
back
on
and forth.
Legendary?
No, we're playing.
Oh, okay.
On,
Whew. I was about to
playing
say
on-
because Legendary, the original Halo and Halo 2 on Legendary. Whoop.
yeah,
so
no, we're
hard. Yeah, I
playing
know.
on heroic, I think. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That's manageable.
But yeah, switching back and forth by using like the used to be the select button. I don't know what you call it now.
yeah,
But you can change like to the old school view. What a difference, man.
yeah, it really is. So sorry. Anything else?
Nope, that pretty much took up my time.
All right, Eugene. How about you?
I've been traveling for work the last week, so I've been in and out of hotels. So, I haven't really played a lot this last week. This last weekend, I played Final Fantasy. Do you guys want me to talk 20 minutes about Final Fantasy for
No.
No.
years? Okay,
No,
well,
thanks.
I played a little bit of Final Fantasy. I've been following a lot of news, actually. So I'm really excited about the January 13th Switch event. So I've been following a lot of news about it. Have you guys heard about the new rumors for
I
the
have
Switch?
not.
But isn't
Okay.
the event the 12th?
Yeah, it's
The
12.
I said the 13th. I meant the 12th. So
Okay.
on the 13th, the rumor is that you will be able to pre-order the Switch from retailers.
I heard that.
Yep. So the day after the event, you'll be able to pre-order the Switch. So luckily, I am off that Friday, so I'll be able to. I'm gonna go to a GameStop right when they open and try to pre-order it. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But I've heard a lot about. There's a lineup leaked online, so I was going to talk about it a little bit. So there's a leak on the itinerary basically for the event. So the event is rumored to go on for an hour long. It's going to go on the 12th, and the games that are on this list that they have at launch or a few weeks after launch, FIFA 17. And if you guys think these aren't plausible, go ahead and speak up. So they have FIFA 17, NBA 2K17. They have on launch the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. Which,
Wow.
speaking of Elder Scrolls, wasn't there a leak on the new Elder Scrolls game? I just reminded myself of
No, not that I saw.
Not that I saw
I
either.
think
I
it
saw
was-
either.
that. I thought it was last night, but we'll have to look into that. So Assassin's Creed Egypt, which I'm guessing
New
is going
one?
to follow the Assassin's Creed China and things like that.
No,
Yeah.
the Egypt one is the new big title.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it has release date of March 24th on here.
Really? Because
Or Assassin's
it's.
Creed.
I bet that's not correct. I bet that it's going to come out in the release window, which is considered the first 6 months.
Okay.
But
yeah, it doesn't. Some of
next-
these have like Q1 or Q2, but this one says
Yeah.
March 24th. So,
Hmm.
Huh. Crazy.
Oh, these are
Super
big
Mario
games.
RPG. Super Mario
Yes.
RPG Rabbids Invasion. So this is a new one, and it says March 17th. Graham, you said, "Oh yeah, this was one of my favorite games, Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo." So
Yeah, I love that. I got a lend of it off a friend, and I had no idea what kind of game it was. And when I played it, I was hooked, man. I love
one of
that
the best
game.
one of the best RPGs in our
It's
time.
so much fun.
So much fun. Is made by SquareSoft, the same makers as Final Fantasy. Is a great Super Nintendo game. So they also have Dragon Quest XI, which it just says 2017. Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition 2017. Pikmin World, so new Pikmin title on March 24th.
Never played a Pikmin game. Are those
okay.
fun? Like it's Nintendo, so I'm.
It's
sure
okay. It's a great children's game.
Yeah.
I played Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. It is an okay game. Yeah. Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch Q2 2017.
Mhm.
So they're gonna port over Super Smash Brothers. Mario Kart 8 Switch It. So it's Mario Kart 8, except it's a Switch version of Mario Kart 8. So I'm sure they're gonna have some kind of feature in there in regards to the Switch, but it's Q2 2017.
That's the perfect console for that type of game too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Splatoon Counterattack. So this is the rumored Splatoon sequel, I believe, March 17th. Super Mario Frostland, which seems like a cheesy title for Super Mario. I don't know what this means.
Frostland.
Frostland, Q2 2017, and finally, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, March 17th release date. So launch title.
It's calling it a launch title.
Yep, March 17th. Yep. So what do you guys think about that?
That's a hell of a lineup, man. I think that's what everybody's been waiting to hear. Like the fact that you're gonna have Skyrim, you're gonna have NBA 2K17,
Hmm?
and like a Mario game. Like wow, I'm sold. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean it's impressive if they can do it.
Yeah, if
And,
they can do it, that's
there's no doubt about Skyrim or NBA 2K. I mean, we've seen those.
yeah. Those
actually
aren't
on
really
screen.
big surprises. You're
Yeah,
right. But still,
um,
if it's got the capability to do that,
if they can get Zelda out on release day, I'm impressed. I really
Yeah.
am. And if they can get Mario out shortly after, I'm impressed with that too. I just don't. I hope Mario doesn't drag into late summer, early fall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm taking this with a grain of salt because whenever these things come out, it might be somebody making like a fake list, because they try to make it look real by putting like internal only and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's possible, maybe the people that are filming and everything, they need to line up, or the people that are doing the video edits, things like that, or the translations or localization, whichever. They may have this information, so I take it with a grain of salt. But I mean, the Game Awards before it even happened, Breath of the Wild was leaked
yeah.
through a lineup and itinerary. So I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But I mean, you guys are right. If this is the lineup, then it's pretty exciting. So very excited.
Well, it's
For
proven
sure.
that it's got the third-party support, right? Which is the
Yeah,
biggest thing that
that's the big thing.
Nintendo has
See,
been lacking forever,
yeah,
right?
you got
So,
Ubisoft on there with Assassin's Creed. You got E3 on there with the NHL and
Bethesda.
NBA. Bethesda with Skyrim. So third party support for sure.
that's pretty awesome. So all right, cool. Mike, what you been playing?
A whole lot of Stardew, dude.
Yeah.
Whole lot of Stardew. And then I was playing the new Diablo patch with you a couple days ago.
Yep.
Went through the Diablo 1 dungeon, pretty much nailed all the bosses, and got through with it. It's only available through January, the month of January. So if you're gonna get in there and get it done, do it. So only in events
So
mode.
in this patch, I mean, I haven't played. So this is console too as well, right? Not just PC.
Yeah, we played it on
Okay.
Xbox One.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So, is this something worth me finding my Diablo disc and popping it back in? Like I have the PS4 version of it. I'd like to get back into it. I mean, is there a lot of things that are new?
It's basically one dungeon in adventure mode. It's 16 levels, and it's in theme of the old Diablo one. And there is there is a development video, director's video, whatever, available on the site if you want to see the
Okay.
background behind it. So, I mean, it was worth going through once, I guess, but the loot's not all that great, so better off doing the end game stuff than doing that. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. So, and Diablo's type of game that I never would have thought I'd enjoy until kind of Mike got me going on it when it first came to Xbox One. So, yeah, I mean, I thought, I mean, it was just as enjoyable to me as playing for the first time. So, yeah.
yeah, like it's hard for me to imagine it on console. I've only played it on PC, but I've heard nothing but great things about it.
It's really easy on console playing. I mean,
Yeah, they map the controls perfectly for the controller,
Yeah.
so
Really, eh?
it works out great. Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
you like walk them, or do you like click? Do you control like a cursor and you
No,
go?
no,
No,
you
you
walk
walk.
around. Yeah, you walk
Oh,
around.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and seasons are going to come out with the PC on the 10th update. So, like I said,
Yeah.
that's going to make the game come back to life big time.
So, what are the seasons entail? Like, what is that?
leaderboards, gear that you can only get during that season. Start over with a new character.
Is that when the Necromancer comes out?
I know it. I don't know if it's going to be 10.0. I'm not sure, but I would imagine that would be the latest it would come out.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Cool.
there'll definitely be another class too.
All right. Awesome. So, what I've been playing, like we said, did the Diablo 3 thing a few nights ago. That was fun. I played some NHL, and that's been an up and down experience this week. But I do want to shout out to Steven Wiseman for here in our community for jumping in and playing with us.
Yeah.
Good guy. We're kind of getting used to each other and playing, but I have no doubt once we kind of get everybody jamming and going, we're going to be able to play some 5v5 and 6v6 and have a lot of fun and do really well. So just kind of getting through that period of just getting used to each other. But it's fun. He's an awesome guy, and glad to have him here. So
sure.
thanks for listening and thanks for playing, because you're a good guy to play with. So appreciate that. Anybody else who ever wants to play any game, not just NHL, but I play Battlefield 1 routinely. I play Titanfall 2, Madden, tons of other games. Hey, send a message on Xbox Live and say I'd love to play with you, or anybody else on the podcast. And we're always happy to play with listeners of the show and hear what you think of the show and hear what we can do better, what you'd like to see us do in the future. So that was an awesome experience. Played Battlefield today, actually, and had a lot of fun with that. Really starting to figure out how to rack up some points with support class. So I think I had like 3 consecutive games where I had like 15,000 points in Conquest.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So, and then you throw that 1.5 multiplier on there, you're up to like 24,000 pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
nice.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. And I did get a chance to play the new map. I forgot what it's called, but man, that thing that's a good map. It's really
the
fun.
fire map, right?
Did you get to try the crossbow?
No, I did not try the crossbow. But
that's just disappointing.
Maybe it wasn't the new map. It was just maybe a map I hadn't cycled through before. But it's the one with the downed like Zeppelin in the 2 spots. I'm pretty sure that's the new map. Giant Shadow.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts and it's super foggy, so you can't see anybody until you're right on top of them.
So they push that fog of war on that level, eh?
Yeah, it is incredibly foggy. You cannot see anybody. So, like I said, you're just right on top of them, and then it's like whoever can get the trigger pulled first. And
sounds kind of rapey to me.
Sure, but it's a really cool level. It's well laid out, and yeah, I enjoyed it more than a lot of the other ones in the game so far. And most of the levels in the game are pretty good. So, yeah, enjoyed that. Like I said, played a little Titanfall 2. That's about it for me this week. So let's jump into discussion. We have a few questions from our community this week. Eugene, you want to go with the Facebook ones first?
Sure. So I actually missed a few from last week. So last week, I really like this question. Steven Wiseman asked, "What is your favorite non-gaming hobby?" I'll let you guys go first. Favorite non-gaming hobby?
Bird watching. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to believe you for a second.
Not making fun of people who watch birds, but that's not my kind of thing. I'll go first, seeing I'm talking. I play guitar. I love playing guitar. I also play the electronic drums as well, but guitar is probably my biggest passion, one of my earliest ones. Basically, when I'm not playing video games, I'm playing guitar, but I'm mostly playing video games these days. But like I said, that's my backup plan.
I am definitely a sports fan, hockey and baseball in particular. So enjoy watching those two. Also really enjoy college football. So when those seasons roll around, I'm generally watch my favorite teams play as much as I can. Also enjoy reading when I get the opportunity to. I think it's important to always try to learn new things.
Still do that?
Not here in Merck, not as much as it used to be, but one of my favorite comments always is I'm not much of a reader. That's when I know to shut my ears off.
Yeah, I love when Bill Hicks makes fun of it.
But yeah, I always try to learn new things and appreciate, just trying to constantly learn and grow intellectually. So I try to read as much as I can, as much nonfiction as I can. So Eugene, how about you?
I don't do much. I work. I'm married to my job, so do a lot of that. But really, outside of that, I like to do a lot of outdoorsy activities. Like I do a lot of fishing. No bird watching. Oh. No bird watching. I do shoot birds, though. I do like fishing. I do like hunting. I do. I hunt once a year for deer.
Oh, dear. Nice.
Yeah, deer hunting. I live in Arkansas, so that's about
Good,
all there
good
is here
food.
to do. So I actually don't like to eat deer.
What?
Whenever I get a deer, I usually give it up to my friends, give it to my coworkers, things like that. I get it processed and give it
So
out
you
to
get
them.
it. You get a deer, and I'll come get the next one. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I usually make some deer jerky. I'll make a
Nice.
pot of deer chili, and I get sick of it like after one meal. I don't like the taste of deer, but I do like fishing. I love fish, and I
Me
love
too.
cooking. I love cooking and eating fish. So I do a lot of trout fishing in particular. So
Yeah. Nice.
I do that, and then I also golf too when the weather's nice.
Nice.
I like to golf. Not a lot of people picture me as a golfer, but I do enjoy golfing. Uh, but other than that, Tyler, you had a few emails this week.
Yeah, yeah, I did. So, Viking Sully from the great state of Minnesota has emailed us. Talking specifically with online sports games and head to head playing. It seems every company has some sort of issues online. So, with connection problems, is it more server or internet problems that lead to these issues? So, if it's server, why is it so different from, for example, EA, which seems to be able to handle a game like NHL that has more players playing at the same time than they can handle with Madden with the same stability? Interested to hear our thoughts. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm not an expert on this, but I think it comes down to too. There's a much higher player base in Madden. All trying to use it at the same time. NHL just doesn't have the player base.
Um,
Even though you have 4 to 12 people in the game at the same time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Here's the deal with that. This is how this works. When stuff comes through the network, it's not looking at what you know. Okay, um, it's basically like dots. If you were to look at our players as dots, the dots would be transposed to the server and into the other people, and then their dots back, and then forth. Okay. But if you look at Madden, Madden's got many, many, many more dots, and the dots being the players, than NHL does.
Yep.
So all that information has to go back and
Mm-hmm.
forth in a V, you know. And so with that being said, that's why Madden probably doesn't have as great of a connection, greatest connection thing as NHL. But then again, sometimes the people like EA screw up their net code, and we had that problem on NHL 16 where if you were at home and you were a captain, you had
Yep.
input lag, and they're like, "Oh, there's no such thing." Then all of a sudden, after people screaming for 8 months straight, they're like, "Well, maybe we should take a poll, and maybe we should look into it." And they've finally managed to figure it out after blaming people's connections, blaming internet providers, this and that and the other, and so that's where that kind of thing stems from. As far as where the mass of the problems come from, it's a half and half thing. Some people have shitty providers. Sometimes it's server things like NHL. But it's all about how much information you have to put through. And I would think with the amount of players that are on a football field, that would be way more of a problem than 5 versus 5, so to speak. And what was the
But
goalie? 6 versus 6, whatever.
with football though, you only have one player, like one human player actually playing it for
But
each.
Yeah,
but
but it
essentially,
doesn't
there's more
doesn't
stuff
matter
going
because
on,
the
though,
entire
right? For
offensive
all.
and defensive lines
Sure, sure,
and
sure. Yeah,
all
I
the
get what
other
you're saying.
players have to be accounted for where they are in the field.
Yep.
You know,
No, totally
so
understand.
so FIFA would probably be somewhere in the middle of that. And like tennis should be easy. So with that being said, that's a lot where all the hiccups come from. It's
So,
it's a 50-50 split. It really is.
so question two, like how much of it comes down to whether it's a dedicated server versus like
Oh, it's
having
much
some
better if
player
it's
being the
dedicated server.
host.
It's much better if it's a dedicated server because it's just sitting there taking in the information. But as far as like a host goes, that doesn't work really well because it's all dependent on their connection. If they disconnect from
Yep.
the game, like in Call of Duty, the whole game's
Yeah,
over.
because
You
that
know?
was Call of Duty for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. So that's worthless. It's absolutely worthless.
Yep.
You have to
Okay.
have dedicated servers.
All right. So Viking Sully also asks, did you guys have anything else on that? I'm sorry. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So Viking Sully also asks, looking for a good strategy game to play. Loved Command and Conquer, Red Alert series, Warcraft 2 style, etc. Asking for recommendations and what we think about the upcoming Halo Wars 2. Is that a game that we would recommend? Who wants
Well,
to go on that? Graham, go ahead.
The game I would recommend would be Civilization 6. But if you're looking for something close to like Red Alert, like you're saying, then I would say go with Halo Wars 2. Because it's, to me, like, I haven't played Halo Wars 2, although I had the beta. But I played Halo Wars 1, and it is really comparable to like Red Alert. So if you like those types of games, like Command and Conquer and stuff like that, I would say go with Halo Wars 2. And if you do, let me know how it is. Because if it's really good, which I'm sure when it comes out, I'll check out the review, but I'd like to hear somebody's personal input, then I'll probably pick it up and try it out. Just because it's a different type of game than like a first-person shooter. It's like you're saying, it's more strategic.
I enjoyed the first Halo Wars. It is a very fun game.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
It
yeah,
is a
that's
very
my
different
recommendation.
pace from like the Halo first person game. So enjoyed it.
Mike, anything?
Yeah, you know what? I had the game in my head because he likes RTSs, obviously,
Mhm.
and I just completely lost it. But it's put out by Microsoft. It's something Kingdoms 2 or something like that. I played the hell out of it, and they have made so many mods for it to bring the graphics up to date and everything, to this day. God, I cannot believe I just lost it. I mean, completely lost it, like Alzheimer's lost it. Um,
Okay.
I can't remember what it was called, but that one was definitely a great one to play, and it does no good because I cannot remember
No.
it.
So if you remember, post it on the Facebook page because I know he goes on there.
It's
So,
gonna. I'll remember it in like a
all right.
minute, but
Okay.
it's just not coming to me.
So this question made me, first of all, think of a game that I absolutely hated, and it just brought out that frustration. Do you guys remember Tom Clancy's End War,
No.
Yeah,
I
where you
remember
had
it,
to
but I
like,
never played it.
where you had to talk into your mic?
yeah,
Yes.
Oh
and
my
give them
god,
commands and stuff to go to.
God, I
Yeah,
hated that game.
You're gonna recommend a game you hate?
No. I'm just saying that just reminded me of a game I hated.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big strategy game guy, but I would recommend Halo Wars 2, and this is why. I think the first one was kind of seen as sort of a side companion game to the Halo series. I think they're going all in on this one.
Age of
I think
Empires 2.
okay.
okay.
Shut the
So
I can't
fuck up.
remember
Age of
Age of
Empires 2.
Empires.
Yes.
Age
So
of
that's
Empires
that's
2.
kind of like a
Blow it at your head.
civilization game,
Is
right?
that on
It's
console?
on PC. It's on
Yeah, it's
PC.
PC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a console only player. I know that.
Okay,
Oh,
but all right then. But
then
yeah,
vote
So
what
that
I said
that
too.
one's
Then
the big one. That one's a
okay,
steak.
okay, yeah, and that's a good series. But I would recommend Halo Wars 2. Like I said, I think the first one was kind of seen as like this side companion game to the Halo series, and now this one I think is very much seen as part of the lore and all that stuff. And it might be, I know you've never played Halo, like, but I think it's a good way to get into that lore with something that is more the style that you're looking for, and it might get you hooked on the series and make you want to try out like Master Chief Collection or something because now you can get that for like $20.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Let me butt in real fast here.
yeah,
Sorry. I didn't know we were talking about console only. Civilization Revolution for the Xbox 360. Excellent game to play on
Mm-hmm.
the console. Everybody has been crying and whining and jousting and wanting to get that to be backwards compatible. So sooner or later it will be. But you'll definitely enjoy that one if you like the strategies.
So what about Tropico?
Love Tropico. I
So
haven't played it.
Tropico's on Xbox One, isn't it? I thought
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a
yeah.
Last
yeah.
week.
So Tropico, I'd recommend Tropico.
That's definitely a
Also,
cross between like Civ and SimCity.
uh-huh. Yeah. And then what I know it's not a traditional RTS, but I really consider XCOM as
Yeah, that's a
being
good one too.
yeah, XCOM is a fantastic turn-based RTS.
Yeah.
Uh it's a fantastic game, so I recommend that. And then I think there's a new game coming out next year. First off, Dwarves. Have you guys heard about Dwarves?
Yes, I have. I've heard it's really intense and very, very, very intricate.
Yeah, so Dwarves is coming out the next year. I've heard a lot of great things about it. A lot of people are hyped about it. I think actually one of our listeners, Brandon Myers, he posted something about it last week on our Facebook page, and that's actually what had me looking into it.
Yeah, it's on
Um,
the PC right now.
is it on the PC right
Yeah,
now? Okay,
it's all
yeah, but
ASCII. It's all ASCII graphics too. It's not. There's no real graphics.
oh, okay. So yeah, I've heard good things about that. And then I think there's a new Warhammer game coming out then this next year for the Xbox. So Warhammer, uh,
Mhm.
traditional RTS game. But those would be the ones I recommend. XCOM being number one on my list, more than likely. So
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. All right, and then finally, last question from Raz. Raz, who I saw got achievements in NBA 2K17. So glad you're enjoying that game. That's the game that he chose for winning in our holiday
Yeah.
giveaways. So Raz S, first of all, hope you all had a nice New Year's. We did.
Yes, thank
Um,
you.
and what gaming headset do you guys use, and what would you recommend to other gamers? So,
Ooh.
real quick, I'll go first. I have two of them actually. The one I use for like when we do the podcast is the wired one. It's like a Turtle Beach from back when I think it's the 7 series or whatever, from back when the Xbox One released. I get decent sound from it, but the wireless one I have, the Turtle Beach one, is a significantly better sound, and it's just it kind of gives that real surround sound experience with a headset. So that I recommend that one. I don't remember the exact model number of that, but it came out probably 2 years ago. So
Mhm.
I'm sure there's better stuff on the market already. But I don't know, Graham. I know you have a headset story.
Yes, I do have a headset story. I was looking into getting a headset because I had one for the 360. It was a Turtle Beach. I forget which one, but it was the 7.1 surround sound. And when I got it, it was awesome. I thought it was the greatest thing, like for especially playing Battlefield. I think it was Bad Company 2 back then. But you like 7.1 surround sound is awesome for those types of games because you hear like jets like zooming through one ear and like crashing into a building. So when I got the Xbox One, I kind of done some research on like what's the best ones to get. And there's some really good headsets out there, but it was really hard to find one that worked for Xbox One for like party chat and stuff like that. So basically, the one that he had was the Elite 800X for the Xbox One. This one's a bit pricier, but it's got no boom for the mic. They basically just got like hidden mics throughout it.
Mhm.
It's Bluetooth, so you can wirelessly connect to like your phone, and you can like take calls and answer calls through it, or you
Mhm.
can like listen to music, and it's all like different channels, and you can balance it out. But if you didn't really want to go that expensive route, because I had that headset and it broke on me. Now, the reason it broke was not because it was bad quality, it's just because
It's because you
it,
stepped on them.
well, I don't know if I stepped on him, but I was a little rough on him. And one of my friends, when I was holding it, he like hugged me on my head. He was drunk and he kind of like cracked it. So that led to that.
That
But
probably also led to
Well,
other
you,
things too, by the sounds of it.
no,
I mean, you make him pay for it. Make him
well,
get you a new headset, hugging
well,
you and
okay.
shit.
Well, I didn't tell him that's what happened. So if he's listening, you don't need to buy me a new headset. But anyways, it was broken. So then I'm like, okay, I want to get this fixed. So I called Turtle Beach, and the customer service was good, and they were going to repair it, but I didn't send it away in time, which is my fault. So then I went out and got another Turtle Beach headset. It doesn't work as good as for the mic capabilities, but this one is the Z60. It's for a PC. The way the surround sound works is it goes through like the USB port, and then it converts it to 7.1. So it didn't work for the Xbox One. So basically, I use it as just a normal headset plugged into my Xbox controller. So I just get in stereo sound. But it's good because I got it for 7.1 for my PC, and I got it for like the normal backup headset for my Xbox One. So I would go with Turtle Beach. That's my
Yeah.
recommendation. A little bit pricier, but
Hmm.
the one I got, the Z60, was probably like 80, $90. So nothing too expensive, not like the other ones. But like I said, they offer lots of variety, and their customer service is good.
All right, cool. Eugene, how about you?
I have a few recommendations. I had some Turtle Beaches not too long ago, and I actually sold them to a friend of mine. I had the uh, I had the Turtle Beach PX5s, which I do recommend.
Mhm.
The
Is that
issue that I
PlayStation?
had, so it worked on the PS, it worked on the PS4 Plus. If you got an adapter, I had an early model. It had an adapter that worked for Xbox, I believe. So I had those, and they sounded terrific. But then I picked up the PS4 Gold headset, which is a decent headset, especially for a low price point. I think the PX5s, I forgot what I paid for them, maybe 150 or 200, fully wireless and everything. But I picked up the PS4 Gold headset, which you can get a gold headset. I think usually they're on sale for about $79, so they're a great headset, and they're actually compatible with the Xbox One. All you have to do is plug it into the controller. So I always recommend the PS4 Gold headset. I never bought the Xbox wireless headset that they had. I've really gotten out of using headsets because I like to be aware of my surroundings. Like I love being immersed in the games, and it sounds terrific and anything. But I just got a decent surround sound in my house that I use. I like to be aware of what's going on around me. Whenever you get a good Turtle Beach headset or some good Astros, I was going to bring up the Astros too because a buddy of mine had the Astro A40s, and I think the A50s are out now. But I think a lot of people prefer the Astro A40s. But
Mhm.
you're paying a lot better, higher price for them.
Oh,
I
you
think they're
are,
around,
yeah.
yeah, I
Mhm.
think they're around $300.
Yeah, they are.
And his weren't even fully wireless. Like he got the wired version of it, which you have
Mhm.
this really long cord going to the TV. You can get a wireless, I think, box for it. That runs about $70 or something like that. At least it was then. But Astros are fantastic if you want to invest that
Mhm.
kind of money. But if you're looking for a good price point headset, all the reviews I've read, anything, the PS4 Gold headset are a great price point. $79, and then I think there's a new version out even that are still $99. So decent headset there. That's what I'd recommend.
Yep. Mike, anything on that?
Yeah, I use a dual tape deck 8-inch speaker ghetto blaster hooked up to a Silvertone microphone.
Okay.
No, I use the Xbox headset because I don't like listening to the sounds of the game and having somebody talking to my my ear at the same time. So I used to use the surround sound system. Now I'm just using my TV. But yeah, that's not my thing. I did have a pair of Skull Candies for a very long time. They lasted probably 2 years, but I never used them that much.
Okay.
And since nobody has a sense of humor tonight, let's move on.
Oh, sorry, I
Oh.
didn't realize what part was funny. Oh,
Oh.
at the beginning.
Oh,
Oh,
there's another Canadian
second
burn.
Canadian bird of the
Burn.
night.
All right. Yeah, the Astros are definitely really good, and I'm probably gonna be well, I shouldn't say probably, maybe in the market to get a new like super premier headset like when Scorpio comes out in November. We'll see because they have the full setup, but we'll see. But that's it for questions this week. Anything else from you guys before we get out of here? For Graham, are you gonna go for the hat trick and Canadian Burns? Do you have anything else for us?
Are you
No,
forgetting something?
Oh yeah,
uh,
I'm sorry. Yes. Mike promised us recipes in the past, and he
Oh
has
God.
one ready to go tonight. Now this is good. So let's Mike's gonna go through it here, and then I think we're gonna post it on the Facebook page. If you want to,
And the
so you
website.
don't, yeah, on the website, so you don't have to like write down furiously while he's talking. But Mike, go ahead.
All right, boys and girls. I started out cooking and I started out badly. I did not follow any recipes. I had no idea what I was doing. My mom tried to teach me how to cook a steak and, make sure you poke it with the fork. It's like the worst thing in the world to do. So, all through the years, I've always had this thing for cooking, and so I have gotten progressively better and better and better. So, what I'm doing is putting out some recipes, probably once or twice every 2 weeks, for people to basically eat. That's easy to make and will last for a few days. Because people go, "Oh, I hate to cook for just myself." Well, guess what? If you cook for yourself and it tastes good, and you got 3 days out of it, then you should definitely do it. So today we're going to go with my beef stew recipe. And this is how it's going to go. You can do beef or pork. It doesn't much matter. Pork is a lot cheaper than beef right now, and you just have to cook it just a tad bit more before you throw it in the pot. That's all there is to it. So here we go. 2 pounds of stew meat, 5 to 6 red potatoes, 1 bag of baby carrots, one large brown or yellow mushroom. I mean mushroom. One large brown or yellow onion, two
You can
celery,
eat a different colored mushroom beforehand to kind of get ready for cooking,
yeah.
to kind of
two
get you in the mood
shut
for
up,
cooking.
two celery stalks, 2 boxes of beef broth, half a cup of Worcestershire sauce, half a cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried rosemary, which is optional. You don't have to have the rosemary, and 3 large pinches of parsley flakes, which is also optional, but whatever. All right, so here are the directions. It's pretty simple. chop the red potatoes into 1-inch cubes. Now, if you don't know how to use a knife with potatoes and you're just lost, basically lay it flat. Okay, make one cut right through the middle. Then take the flat parts and put them on the cutting board. Then go one more time across each, and then turn them, and then make it into small 1-inch pieces. It's really that easy. All right, then chop one large onion into 1-inch pieces. Okay, this is how you do this. You take your onion, and on each side where all the stuff is coming out of, you cut each end off, and then you set it where it's flat. You cut straight down the middle, and then you put it where it's flat again, and then you start from one side and start chopping all the way to the other. Okay, then turn it and chop it one more time. It's really that simple. Because if you do that, if you want to get like a fine cut on onion, you just go on that second part. After you cut off the ends and you set it on this flat side and you cut down the middle, and then you have like a half and you put it down flat. And if you go really finely all the way down, you'll notice that it's already been cut through. So you can just take your fingers and put it in a little itsy bitsy specks or diced or whatever you want to call it. All right. So with that being said, in a large pot, add the potatoes, the celery, and most of the bag of baby carrots. All right. Then add both boxes of the beef broth and add water till liquid is probably about 2 inches higher. If you don't need the water, then good. Great. Awesome. All right. Then add the Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, the garlic, the onion, the parsley flakes to the pot and bring it to a boil. Once it hits a boil for about a minute or so, bring it down so it's just sort of rolling and bubbling and stuff like that. I call that a simmer. All right. And then in the skillet, add a little oil to it and just enough to barely line the bottom so the meat doesn't stick to it, and throw all the meat in there on medium high and sear it and just get the outsides of it brown. Don't worry about the insides. It's not a big deal. Do it a little longer with the pork. All right. So then put that aside. All right. Now about 15 minutes into the simmer, add the meat and onion to the pot. Because if you add the onion into the pot and the meat any sooner than that, the meat's going to get real rubbery and chewy, and the onion is just going to turn into completely transparent, limp things. It's not good. So at about 22 minutes, with a cup and a little bit of cold water, take your cornstarch and pour it in there and mix it up really good so it's just kind of like milky and stuff. Because if you just take the cornstarch and put it in the hot boiling water, it's just going to turn into little bits all over the place and it's not going to do any good. So throw it in there and mix it up really good. Stir it really good, and it should thicken up the liquid, obviously. And if it's not thick enough for you, you can add some more, but don't go too nuts, because if you do, then it's going to taste like cornstarch. In about 25 minutes, it should be very close to being done. Fish out a piece of the potato, and then take a fork and stick it through it. Now, if you can run that fork through it really easily, you're done. Pull everything off, pull it off the burner, let it sit aside, and then you're good to go. And that's pretty much it. I mean, all you got to do is follow the simple directions, and it'll feed you for 2, 3 days, 4 days. And if you want to do something on top of that, go to Walmart and get one of those French loaves for $1. Put some butter on it and add some garlic salt to it, and you got garlic bread to go with it. And that's pretty much it.
All right, awesome. So
Sounds good.
you can get that recipe because it's got a decent amount of stuff in it. You can get the recipe on our Facebook page and our website. We'll have it up here in the next day or two. So anything else from you guys before we get out of here?
No,
I have one little thing.
Yeah.
So I had an Origin. So if you have the Origin app on your PC, I just had a notice pop up, and I think it's been going on for like a week now. But if you've never gotten to the Mass Effect series,
Yeah.
the Origin app is free. You just have to sign up. But Mass Effect 2 is free on EA Origin right now for PC.
Oh, nice.
So you can download that game for completely free, and it has a bunch of it looks like add-ons with it too. So you can experience, and that's in my opinion, that's the best Mass Effect game. Mass Effect.
Yeah,
It's
you're right,
It got
it
the
is.
highest rating, so
Oh yeah.
can't really
Like-
argue. Yeah.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1 is a little bit boring. To me, it's kind of long driven and very repetitive in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's
I like the RC aspect of it though, being able to
Oh, yeah.
drive over the planets. Like I wish
Yeah,
they
getting your
continued
minerals
that in
and
the other ones, but yeah.
Well, see, I liked it a lot better in the second one, where you just kind of highlight over a planet and you can get the minerals and stuff on there. But anyway, Mass Effect 2 is free on EA Origin. All you have to do is download the app and sign up, and you can get it for free for your PC. You shouldn't need a great PC to run that game.
No.
Right.
All right, cool. Graham, anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna download right now. That's all I gotta say.
Graham's going to be not on the show next week, correct?
Sadly, no.
Okay, so Graham gets his week off.
He'll be on a ship to Jamaica. He'll be he's going to bring his laptop and play Mass Effect 2
Yeah,
in the
so-
sun.
There you go.
Way down in
So-
Kokomo.
Partake in the mushrooms of Jamaica.
They have mushrooms there?
I guess. I don't know. You'll find out. You'll let us know. If we don't
Brown
hear
and
from-
yellow ones.
Well,
So-
down in
yeah.
Kokomo.
They should
Alright.
have some Jamaican rum there, which is Newfie Screech, so I should get along pretty good there.
Doofy
Okay.
Screech.
All right.
All right. So with that, that's going to do it for episode number 31 of the Third Second Gaming Podcast. We thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week with episode
No, I won't.
number 32. Graham won't, but the rest of us will. So until then, everybody, have a great week. Enjoy your games, and we'll see you next week. Stay safe, everybody.
Happy gaming, everybody.
See ya, guys.
Later.
See you in a couple weeks.